गुड इवनिंग। क्या है, आप जस्ट लेट मी एक्सप्लेन कि हाउ वी डू द आवर मॉक इंटरव्यू एंड मॉक क्लासेस। बेसिकली क्या है,
Yes, sir.
हम और शौर्य यहाँ पे दो मेन मेंटर हैं जो आपको रेगुलर गाइड करते हैं, बताते रहते हैं, पढ़ाते रहते हैं, क्लास लेते हैं।
Yes, sir.
बाकी जो बड़ा पैनल है वो आता है मॉक इंटरव्यू के डेट पे। तो मोस्ट लाइकली सैटरडे संडे में आपका हम मॉक ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं।
Yes, sir.
तो लेट, क्योंकि हम और सौर जो आदमी आपको रेगुलर इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, समझने की कोशिश करते हैं कि आप क्या करते हो, आप कैसे काम करोगे, किस तरह चलोगे। इसलिए आपका मैंने बायोडाटा समझने की कोशिश कि आपका बायोडाटा अच्छा है। आपने जो पिछला एग्जाम दिया है सिविल सर्विसेज में, प्रीलिम्स क्वालिफाई किया, क्वालिफाई नहीं कर पाए थे?
Sir, regarding UPSC, I couldn't qualify prelims earlier because I appeared during graduation. So I took a
अच्छा,
break and
क्या
worked on
क्या
Plan B.
क्या क्या मार्क्स आता था आपका?
Sir, around 80.
सी सेट की हाल क्या थी? सी सेट क्लियर हो जाता था या वो भी दिक्कत थी?
No,
सी
sir,
सेट।
I always cleared CSET.
ओके, लास्ट अटेम्प्ट में आपने कब दिया था सिविल सर्विसेज का?
Sir, 2019.
2019। फिर आपने 2 साल नहीं दिया, 3 साल नहीं दिया?
Yes, sir. Till now, I haven't given the same.
कोई आपने कोचिंग कभी इंस्टीट्यूट को ज्वाइन किया इससे पहले? कहीं आप गए
Sir,
थे किसी?
earlier, sir, during my graduation only, I started with Hindi medium and joined Nirman IS, but couldn't complete my classes. So I
ओके।
did some online coachings and prepared by myself. So
ओके।
I wanted to work on Plan B, and in the next year, I'll be appearing in UPSC again. So I'm
ओके।
preparing
ओके।
myself for that.
तो you are appearing, you appeared, you was appearing in the Hindi medium.
Sir, earlier I started with it. Now my medium is English, and now I have appeared in state PCS in English medium only.
Okay, so you are quite comfortable with English.
Yes, sir.
Okay. तो हिंदी से इंग्लिश आपने स्विच क्यों किया? व्हाट्स द रीजन टू स्विच फ्रॉम इंग्लिश टू हिंदी, हिंदी टू इंग्लिश?
Sir, earlier I thought there is no like difference between Hindi and English. Then I realized, okay, there is less results and reasons may be many. But then I realized my handwriting in Hindi is a bit slow, and in English it is a bit faster, and it is essential to complete the paper in 3 hours. So I switched to English. And second reason, while writing in Hindi, we need to write more words to complete a sentence. But in English, the case is not so. So I felt that in less words and less time, I can do better in English. So I switched the same.
You are finding some advantage while switching from English to Hindi to English?
Yes, sir. Few advantages are there in regard to material because now I don't need to translate it to
Okay,
Hindi.
okay, 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 okay. Very good, very good. You are taking optional the Sanskrit.
Yes, sir.
So Sanskrit is, you are writing in the Sanskrit only. Some
Yes,
part you
sir.
can write, some part you can write in Hindi or English also, na?
Yes, sir. That I'll be writing in English.
Okay, okay. ऐसा करो, आप अपने बारे में 10 सेंटेंस फ्रेम करके बताओ। You tell about yourself, sentencing, making sentence in the making yourself in the 10 sentences.
Okay. Sir, I'm a graduate in law and I'm a postgraduate in Sanskrit with specialization in Phalak Jyotisham. I'm also pursuing PhD under Government of India IKS project, and I'm also working as an assistant professor, presently working as MOOCs coordinator in my university. My hobbies are Hindi oratory and reading and researching about Sankhya philosophy. Sir, should I further also tell about myself?
Yes, yes. Sure.
Sir, regarding personal details, I hail from a village named Pandu Pandara, which comes from Mahabharata era also, and it is situated in district Jind of the state Haryana.
You did after 12th the 5-year law course.
Yes, sir.
Then you switched to the Sanskrit.
Yes, sir. Along with that graduation only, I pursued my Sanskrit studies through Mukta Swadhyay Peetham, which is Institute of Distance Education based on Gurukula Shishya Paddhati.
Why
So
I should
I,
not why I should not conclude that you are a confused soul. You are doing the
sir,
law, doing Sanskrit.
Sir, it may seem so to other persons, but due to my family background, I was interested in both the subjects because the areas of logics as well as philosophy and the language attracts me, and so I decided to pursue law because I wanted a career in administration, and law could help me in understanding the administration and doing the things better. Because I didn't get civil services job at that particular time, so I wanted a plan B also. So for that, I wanted academics career in my own favorite language, which was Sanskrit.
Why you are answering more which is not required? What was my question?
Okay, sir.
What was my question? You
Sir,
have done
like,
you have done the law,
yes, sir.
then pursue Sanskrit.
Yes,
You are
sir.
looking a bit confused. Does so long answer was required for this question?
Okay, sir. I'll cut it down.
Second, your answer has certain arrogance. What you said, it looks for others, but for me.
Okay, sir.
What is the point to say that? If your whole conversation is being recorded, I will supply recording to you. If you
Yes.
listen your recording, you will find two flaws in your this answer. Flaw number one, you are trying to degrade a person who has asked the question, saying that you are looking a bit confused
Okay, sir.
because you said it may be for them, but for me.
Okay,
You
sir.
should not concern for the others. You only explain what you want to answer. Second,
Right, sir.
you concentrate only yourself to the point which was asked. Ask you say I'm not confused.
Okay, sir.
You can answer this way also. The law gives a professional degree to me. Law gives an advantage to understand the law. I want to
Yes,
understand, but my interest in the Sanskrit also. So I started understanding Sanskrit at the time when I was doing the graduation. Then I started understanding the Sanskrit. It
okay,
reflects
sir.
more the diversity of the personality, variety of the personality.
Yes, sir.
Why you have taken Sanskrit as an optional to the civil services, not the law?
Sir, I had already studied Sanskrit till 12th. In my childhood also, I was aware with Sanskrit. So while comparing the syllabus also, the syllabus of Sanskrit optional was very much doable for me. I was already prepared with the much portion, so I decided to pursue Sanskrit.
What is the role of the Sanskrit in the Indian civilization?
Okay. Sir, in Indian civilization, we have seen since Vedic era, Sanskrit has been the major language. So all the literature of that particular time is available in Sanskrit language solely, which provides our ancient, a major portion of our ancient history.
You answer the same question again. The thinking, think for the few moments. You answer again the same question,
Okay, sir.
but not this way, the different way.
Right, sir.
Think for the 2 minutes. You can answer same question. Yes, answer.
Yes, sir. So Sanskrit as a language was part of our literature and ancient civilization also. So it showcases our great rich heritage as well as our value system.
You answer again the same thing.
Okay. Sir, can you please also repeat the question?
What is the role of the Sanskrit in the Indian civilization?
Sir, Sanskrit has provided us ethical values as well as literature and the management ideas. So, since ancient times till present era, Sanskrit has an immense role in establishing our own image. For example, in recent times also, we have Kutumbakam coming from Sanskrit and defining our Indian civilization on a global stage.
You are improving your answer or not?
Sir, a bit.
You see that your first answer, second answer, third answer. First answer
Yes,
was only concentrating on the language part.
yes,
Second
sir.
answer, you started and adding more content with the language.
Yes,
In the
sir.
third answer, you are more towards the content. If the
Yes, sir.
if the question is about what is the use of the Sanskrit in Indian civilization, they
Yes,
are
sir.
not asking the only language part.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes,
Why is
sir.
why I am trying to you repeat because you understand the importance of the hard work.
Yes,
Me
sir.
and Shaur will take in this process the same we will try again and again.
Yes, sir.
A single mock test will not help to substantiate your personality. But if you repeat the same thing, you do more and more.
Yes,
Why
sir.
is Sanskrit is being called a classical language?
Okay. Sir, because it is very old also, and it contains a vast literature of our ancient times. Due to these two things, that having a vast literature and being old, it is given the classical language status.
Your answer is not right. Being old is not only substantiating that it is a classical language.
Okay, sir.
Which is the other language which is a classical language besides Sanskrit?
Sir, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada.
Your answer is again wrong. Only Tamil, if I'm not wrong. As
Okay,
my
sir, I'll
memory
read about
goes,
same.
only Sanskrit and Tamil, probably these two are the classical languages. Why these two languages are the classical languages?
Okay. Sir, probably these contain a lot of literature containing all the aspects of our ancient society.
You heard the Sangam Sahitya?
Yes, sir.
It is being written in which language?
Sir, Tamil.
It is the most important historical evidence.
Right, sir.
Suppose you are in the expertise in Sanskrit. Can you write your orders in the High Court in the Sanskrit language?
Sir, generally, the language of higher courts is considered English.
Again, you are not correct. Only Supreme Court has the language English, not
Okay, sir.
all courts. These are very small issues.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sorry.
Good evening, sir.
First of all, I would like to understand from your
सौर
about the
सौर
last
सौर
university.
सौर ऐसा करो सौर वो कहते हैं वीडियो ऑफ कर दो मेरे ख्याल से कुछ प्रॉब्लम है नेटवर्क की हाँ आवाज नहीं आ रही हल्का सा आप वीडियो ऑफ कर दो सौर ऐसा करो सौर लॉग आउट करके फिर से आप लॉग इन करो सौर लॉग आउट कर जाओ फिर से लॉग इन करो if you are being selected in the Gujarat PCS,
Yes, sir.
the language of the Gujarat is the Gujarati.
Yes, sir.
How the Sanskrit will help to improve the working of the Gujarati language here?
Okay. Sir, Sanskrit has been the origin of Gujarati language through the ways of Abhransh and Prakrit. So, the standard Gujarati, which is used by the government of Gujarat, is mostly coming out from Sanskrit only, and my knowledge of Sanskrit can help in the same.
You can add one more thing. Your answer is good answer. Answer, but I have more thing. The script is the same.
Yes, sir.
What is the script of the Gujarati?
Sir,
Devanagari.
Devanagari. Right.
What is the script of this Sanskrit?
Devanagari right now.
So you
Yes,
can
sir.
say, yeah, okay, both have the same script. Therefore, my association with the Sanskrit or my study with the Sanskrit will enhance or improve the knowledge, the working of the Gujarati. Yes, sure. Right.
Right, sir.
Let us first, on the basis of the information that you have supplied about you,
Yes.
try to zero down on what are the areas from where you are expecting questions. Okay.
Right,
So
sir.
you have written at the outset of your DAF or that information brochure that they are not aware of your identity, they are not aware of the place to which you belong,
Yes, sir.
they are aware of your educational area,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to educational area, I saw a lot of possibilities from where questions can emerge and they can take your interview into that direction itself. They are sufficient. If any one of the domains that is apparent from your biodata is, I believe, is sufficient in itself to cover the or to consume the entire interview period. That is my reading. Okay. So they are
Yes,
very vast areas. At the same time, they are very highly debatable areas as well in
yes,
today's
sir.
perspective. Okay, so one is educational background. Let me write it down. Educational background is one. What's wrong with this? Oh, okay. Okay, so one is your educational background. Second, educational background in the sense, let us divide this also. First is your basic educational background,
Yes, sir.
education. Second will be your hobby. Hobby, maybe they ask you about hobbies. I think they can ask
Yes.
about your hobbies. Third, the areas of interest, as they say. For instance, you have mentioned that you are, you are into debates and Hindi oratory and also areas of interest. Three. Fourth, Gujarat itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fifth, homestead. They don't know the homestead, do they?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
No, sir.
Fine. We will presume it that they don't know. One is Gujarat. Second is, are there any? No, there are no optionals in GPSC, na?
No, sir.
It's only general studies, general knowledge and all.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So areas of interest हो गया, गुजरात हो गया.
Linking of your background with the Gujarat.
सर बैकग्राउंड तो सर वो बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं पता रहता है इंटरव्यू पैनलिस्ट को सर.
नहीं, बातचीत में पता लगेगा ना आपने क्या पढ़ा है, क्या लिखा है, पूछेंगे ना. आपने क्या BA किया है, BSc किया है, पूछेंगे. हाउ डू आस्क क्वेश्चन? दे में नाम
सर एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड का बात कर रहे हैं सर आप?
हाँ, एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड.
अच्छा सर, ओके सर.
Because as I understand why they are not disclosing their identity, because to be fair with the region, religion, area, but education background has no connection with the region, religion, area.
Yes, sir.
इसीलिए सर मुझे लगता है कि उस पर क्वेश्चन भी बनाएंगे तो क्या बनाएंगे कि आपने BSc किया है तो उसका गुजरात से क्या लेना देना. सर वही हम कंफ्यूज हो गए थे.
क्वेश्चन क्या बनाएंगे कि आपने जो अपनी पढ़ाई की है उसका गुजरात के विकास में कैसे योगदान होगा, आपने जो लॉ पढ़ लिया है तो कैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे. इनका बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग बैकग्राउंड है. ऐसा बहुत रेयर होता है कि आपने लॉ किया हो, संस्कृत मास्टरी की हो. शी द फर्स्ट कैंडिडेट आई एम सीइंग लाइक दिस. ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है. एक मेरे सीनियर थे, वो 65 में IAS दिए थे. ही वाज द टॉपर ऑफ द संस्कृत डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी. हिज होल इंटरव्यू वाज ओनली ऑन द संस्कृत. द मेन एरिया कि आपका जो संस्कृत का नॉलेज है, हाउ विल हेल्प टू द इम्प्रूव द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो आपका जो लॉ और संस्कृत कॉम्बिनेशन है, इट विल सर्टेनली जनरेट क्वेश्चंस. because it is
Yes,
an
sir.
interesting part of your personality. It shows something about you. किसी भी
Yes, sir.
आदमी ने चाहे जो निर्णय लिया हो, वह उसके व्यक्तित्व को कहीं न कहीं से दर्शाता है. Any decision you take, the
Yes, sir.
your decision taking that I am doing the law, 5-year law course, then I am doing with the law course a Sanskrit degree, then after law I'm switching to the Sanskrit, leaving the law besides. ये एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट है आपकी पर्सनालिटी का. तो इस
Yes, sir.
पर्सनालिटी पे सवाल न बने, इसकी संभावनाएं बहुत ज्यादा कम, शून्य है, बनेगा ही बनेगा.
Yes, sir.
तो जो मेरा एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड और गुजरात से संबंध है वो यही से आ रहा है. आपकी हॉबीज बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है. डिबेटिंग एक ऐसी हॉबी है जिसपे कोई भी आदमी सवाल पूछना चाहेगा. इफ आई सी योर बायोडाटा, योर कहते हैं योर सिनेरियो, इट इज फुल ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस.
Yes, sir.
Basically, you have given a very tough question paper to your examination. Very tough question paper for yourself. You have
Yes,
given
sir.
supplied so many informations. तो आपका जो शौर्य बोल रहे हैं, जो शौर्य ने 5 पॉइंट बताया है, पांचों पॉइंट आपके साथ बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है.
Yes, sir.
एक आप करंट अफेयर्स पे काम करो.
Okay, sir.
देखो क्या है ना कि गुजरात सरकार का जो भी कार्यक्रम है वो केंद्र में गया है. केंद्र का कार्यक्रम गुजरात सरकार में गया है.
Yes, sir.
G20 का बहुत अच्छे से तैयार करो. और सब बताओ, कुछ
Yes,
याद आ रहा है?
Sir, so the areas according to my understanding are like this: education, hobbies, areas of interest, Gujarat, public service, current affairs, Sanskrit, Palit Jyotish, law, and Hindu studies.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, yes, sir. Hindu studies they might not be knowing because they ask
Okay.
us to introduce ourselves, and we cannot like read whole the DAF in introduction itself. So there, I'll tell them the graduation, PG, PhD, my work profile, and hobbies solely.
What is the topic of your PhD? I think I missed it.
सर संवैधानिक नैतिकता दृष्टया प्राचीन भारतीय मूल्यानां पुनर्व्याख्यानम. It is in Sanskrit.
Okay.
Sure, it's again very interesting aspect.
Yes, sir. Constitutional morality पे ये कर रहे हैं तो इसी पे
Yeah.
सारा क्वेश्चन हो गया सर.
इसी हो जाएगा. आपको पूरा भारत का संविधान जो है निकालना पड़ेगा प्राचीन इतिहास में. You repeat again your topic. Repeat again.
सर संवैधानिक नैतिकता दृष्टया प्राचीन भारतीय मूल्यानां पुनर्व्याख्यानम.
देखो हो गया ना, पूरा संविधान आ
Excellent
गया.
topic.
You have to know complete constitution with an ethical point of view.
Yes, sir.
So you prepare the constitution also.
Yes, sir.
अब try to see constitution में अशोक कहाँ पे है, constitution में चोल काल कहाँ पे है, constitution में वैदिक एज कहाँ पे है, constitution में नैतिकता कहाँ पे है. You
Right,
may
sir.
take your interview on another level only on this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, और कुछ?
Sir, you're from constitutional morality. Okay, from the point of view of constitutional morality. Okay, so let's go one by one. I think now let us try to place values on these areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 areas.
हुआ है. सॉरी, एक उनमें से हो रहा है सांख्य
Sir.
दर्शन. जैसी
Yes,
है.
sir.
जी सर.
सी है.
जी सर.
क्या है उसमें? सांख्य में क्या है?
Sir, hobby.
हॉबी. क्या सांख्य
तो
दर्शन
hobby-
हॉबी हो सकती है?
Sir, my hobby is reading and researching about Sankhya Darshan.
ये हॉबी होगी? जस्ट थिंक फॉर अ मोमेंट.
Yes, sir. Like book reading is a hobby for someone. I try to read about Sankhya and I do some practical research on that also, like connecting them with other philosophies with my own life.
You speak for a few minutes on the सांख्य दर्शन. You speak.
Okay, sir. Since Sankhya Darshan is considered the oldest of the major 6 Indian philosophical schools, Sankhya, this term has twofold meanings. One refers to the 25 tattvas as discussed in the Sankhya philosophy, and other means that the Sankhya Sankhya is the Gyan itself. It means knowledge. So Sankhya says that there are three kinds of dukkhas, and you cannot get rid of all those dukkhas permanently. You have the temporary solutions to get rid of all those type of dukkhas and pains and miseries. But when you know, when you
वन
understand yourself,
वन मिनट, इसको आप सिंप्लीफाई करो. You are
okay,
confusing to
sir.
the board by
Sir,
speaking a lot. Simplify करो.
okay, sir. Sir, Sankhya is considered the oldest Indian philosophical school, which talks about 25 tattvas. The basic philosophy in Sankhya is that in this life, we feel pain and miseries. To get rid of these pains and miseries, Sankhya provides us a particular way.
इसको आप और सिंप्लीफाई करो.
Okay, sir. Sir, Sankhya, as the oldest Indian philosophical schools, tries to give us the solutions to get rid of our pains and miseries.
Let me speak. It is an aesthetic philosophy. The very
Okay.
important part of the Sankhya Darshan is the metaphysics. It is the scientific philosophy.
Okay, sir.
You have some disagreement on this?
No, sir.
Is it simple or not simple? Try to, when the question
Sir,
is
it's
being
simple
asked.
and a bit more relevant.
Yeah. What I'm saying, when the question is being asked, you try to reply in the simple way. The best part of any examination system to give comfort to the examiner. The way you are speaking,
sir.
it was confusing to the whole lot of the audience.
Okay, sir.
Simple. पहले आप simple बोलो. जब simple होगा तब आप आगे चलेगा. इसमें आप और ऐड कर सकते हो. इस सांख्य दर्शन का सबसे पहला उल्लेख कहाँ मिला है? Where the first सांख्य दर्शन has been mentioned. You have already said it is an oldest philosophy. If you see the sixth path of the salvation, which is the most scientific,
Sir, Sankhya.
Sankhya. So why you are not saying that? अभी शौर्य आपको बताइए, शौर्य की एक फिलॉसफी है कि आपका जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है पहले बोला जाए.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir. So, and one more thing here, I believe that when this is an area of your interest, then
Yes, sir.
if somebody wants to gauge how much involved you actually are into this particular area, they gauge
sir.
you by how much you enjoy while speaking about it. That is very necessary. If you term it as your hobby, then the first manifestation of that thing should be that you are into it and you are. अगर छोटे से बच्चे को भी आपको फोर्स किया जाए कि आप बताइए, इसको समझाइए कि सांख्य का क्या मतलब है, you should be able to convey that particular philosophy to even to a small kid who has intelligible maturity. उसको भी समझ में आ जानी चाहिए. इस तरह से you should be able to communicate it, isn't it? You would also agree, I think.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's very necessary. That is why sir is emphasizing again and again that when you speak to the board, do not presume available knowledge. You should not presume available knowledge on their part. You should try to communicate the idea of Sankhya philosophy as if this is a blank slate in front of you. That's how you communicate.
Okay.
Third point, when you communicate something about it, there is a concept called central idea. And
Yes.
it underpins every kind of literature, every reading, every learning. What is the central idea of Sankhya? That has to be, as sir said, that should be that is the most important part, and that is why it should come foremost. Or at least it should find a mention in the 2, 3 lines or 4 lines that you speak. So if I recollect correctly, Purusha Prakriti, that dualism has to find a place. That dualism has to find place. And then you have also to slightly indicate tangentially that the core element of explanation in Sankhya is that the three gunas. So I believe that is essential to Sankhya. So the essential components should be mentioned. Why I am saying that? Not only because it is, it is expected of you, but even from the point of view of a strategy, you mention these things so that you can induce further questioning on those topics because they are your areas. That's why. So unless you mention the Triguna system of Sankhya philosophy, you mention Purusha Prakriti dualism, and then you invite questions कि कैसे ये अद्वैत से अलग है, क्यों अद्वैत से अलग है, अनीश्वरवादी क्यों कहा जाता है. Unless you do that, I mean, then it will not make sense. So why not? It is your strong area. Why not take the interview in that direction? So there is a practical wisdom as well. That frame 4 good lines and then answer.
तो इसको मैं और सिंपल करता हूँ. देखो, आप सांख्य के बारे में पूछा जाए, यह मूलतः एक नास्तिक दर्शन है. You start the most important part of the सांख्य दर्शन is a aesthetic. ये क्या है? ये मूलतः नास्तिक दर्शन है. इसमें पदार्थ और आत्मा के द्वैत को स्वीकार किया गया है. It believes in the concept of the dualism. सत्य रज तम 3 गुणों को यह स्वीकार करता है और जैन धर्म से साम्यता रखता है. All 4 points or you are unable to highlight, you are answering it. Just to listen your answer. What we are trying to emphasize for the interview. When the question is being asked, you hit the bullseye. Because you said my hobby is Sankhya Darshan, it does not mean you complicate to the audience.
Yes.
You simplify it.
Right, sir.
And I will also add to sir's kind guidance is, I think somehow, I think this is my intuition, that you should start the answer with something that blows their mind. The first line, when you talk about philosophy, then the first line should be so emphatic that communicates that you are drenched with the rasa of that philosophy. Okay, so पहले philosophy तो बताइए, philosophy के बारे में तो बताइए, और it is a very good occasion to tell how much you understand philosophy. For instance, if I were you, I would start like this, that a Sankhya philosophy is one of the ways to find out the nature of reality, which has always eternally perplexed human intelligence. That's how we speak, isn't it? एक ही बार में निपटा दीजिए सारा. You will not get second chance. तो पहले ही बोल दीजिए कि Sankhya school of philosophy, like other schools, is one of the explanations, or one tries to attain one of the explanations to understand the fundamental nature of reality, which has perpetually perplexed the human mind. आप यहां से आगे, it thrives upon these 3 elements, these 2 elements, this and that. तब आप तो पहला लाइन मुझे लगता है एकदम जबरदस्त होना चाहिए किसी का भी. सो यू फ्रेम इट कॉन्शियसली.
सर की बात को थोड़ा सा मैं और मॉडिफाई करता हूँ. सांख्य फिलॉसफी में एक क्या है? नास्तिक दर्शन है. एक क्या है? यह पदार्थ और आत्मा के द्वैत को स्वीकार करता है. सतरज तम गुण को अपने आप में समाहित करता है. यह भगवत गीता में इसका जिक्र हुआ है. यह नास्तिक दर्शन से साम्यता रखता है. If you add these 4 things, most of the Sankhya darshan is coming on this. जो सौर ने बोला, सौर ने क्या बोला है? सौर ने द्वैत और आत्मा का जो ड्यूअलिज्म है उसको एक्सपेंड किया.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes.
If you listen my answer and Saur answer, you are able to understand कि हम मिस कहाँ कर रहे हैं.
Yes, sir.
If you see me and Saur are saying the same thing, but there is certain difference to speaking. But yes, the content we both are able to touch it. Right. If I see your answer, वो content नहीं touch कर पा रहे थे. Sorry, यही आप करना चाह रहे हो ना? Same thing you have to say.
बिल्कुल सर. वो सर, I think that the content should be ours, which we are saying. Those content should be covered. Language should be yours. You decide how to phrase it. But those essential elements should not be missed. That is the basic idea. They should not. Obviously, it goes without saying that when you use that language, whatever sentences you frame, then on every component you should be ready for the secondary questions. So नास्तिक जब आप बोलेंगे तो फिर आपको पता होना चाहिए कि नास्तिक का यहाँ सेंस क्या है. And it is not that Nastik which you understand in the ordinary sense. You should know that.
Sir, Sankhya is considered Astik Darshan but Nirashwarvadi.
No. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now you got it. Absolutely. It is Nirishwarvadi. It is not necessarily Nastik. It yes. On some aspects it accepts the validity or the authority of Vedas. So it is not Nastik. It is Anishwarvadi only. It does not visualize that the world is a creation of any god kind of thing. That is the difference. Absolutely right. So एकदम clear रहना है. And I think you are clear. Hobby है तो है.
Sorry, यह क्या है? सांख्य एक मूलतः नास्तिक दर्शन था. यह क्या करता है? यह उसको स्वीकार करता है जिससे सृष्टि का उद्भव हुआ है। तो यू कैन नॉट से कि सांख्य एक आस्तिक दर्शन था उस सेंस में जो हम आस्तिकता समझते हैं। जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग।
Yes, sir.
सांख्य नास्तिक दर्शन ही था, बस फर्क क्या है, वह उन चीजों को स्वीकार करता है जिससे सृष्टि का उद्भव हुआ है। यू गॉट माय पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
तो आप अगर ये बोल दो कि सांख्य एक आस्तिक दर्शन है, तो आई थिंक समवेयर द आंसर इज मिसिंग द पॉइंट।
Okay. Sir,
Just
in
to,
Sanskrit. Yes, sir.
yeah, just
Sir,
you,
in Sanskrit. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
tell, yeah.
Sir, in Sanskrit, we consider six schools as astics only, and the definition of astic is one who believes in Vedas. It is not the Nastic and Astic of related to God. Then we use the other terminology, which is Saishwarvadi and Nireshwarvadi. So there is dual thoughts also. There are two schools of thoughts in relation to that. Some consider that it is Saishwarvadi, and some say that it is Nireshwarvadi. But it is always considered astic, like I'm talking about the use of terminology astic in relation to Vedas.
वेद में सच तो हुआ नहीं है सांख्य का। सांख्य
Sir,
तो
one who
ऊपर
Yes,
गया
believes.
sir. Sir, it is the other way around, sir. Sankhya, Nyaya, Yoga, Vaisheshik, Purvamimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa, they have not questioned the fundamental authority of Vedas. In that sense, sir, they are not called Nastic. Whereas Lokayat, the Charvak and Bauddha and Jain, I
Jain
think they do not accept
and
Vedas
yes,
authority.
sir.
That's what you are trying to say.
So these
Okay.
are Gnostic. Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट क्या हुआ, चलो। आई थिंक यू गॉट द पॉइंट व्हिच वी वांट टू एक्सप्लेन।
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, कम ऑन योर सेकंड हॉबी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी।
Sir,
व्हाट
hobby.
मोरालिटी द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज?
Okay. Sir, it talks about the freedom, equality, right to life, and right of a dignified life to all the people. And it also provides freedom of religion, but not
अगेन
on the.
अगेन अगेन बेटा, यू आर मिसिंग द पॉइंट। गो वाया preamble.
Okay, sir.
We are just trying to explain the part 3 of the constitution, not more than that. What was the question?
Sir, the
What is the
constitutional morality.
constitutional morality of, what is the constitutional morality? What is the morality of the constitution? Morality of constitution is not confined only to part 3 of the constitution. It may be one of.
Yes, sir.
The way you are explaining, you will end up saying that, you will end up saying explaining only this. You start from the preamble. You again answer it. Answer.
Okay, sir.
Again think.
Okay.
SSDR.
The morality of the Constitution fundamentally lies in its preamble,
Yes, yes.
in which we talk about secularism also. We talk about the values of fraternity, equality, and freedom for our people.
आप प्रियम्बल का जिक्र मत करो। जो शब्द है SSDR, सोशलिस्ट, सेक्युलर, सोवरेन,
Sovereign.
डेमोक्रेटिक, रिपब्लिक, वी द पीपल, इसको दिमाग में रख के आंसर बढ़ाओ। चलो अगेन आंसर इट।
Okay,
इसको
sir.
दिमाग में रखो। You fix in your mind कि I'm going to explain the constitutional morality via this way. Now speak.
We, the people of India, having the ideals of a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic country, is the morality our Constitution provides us.
It's much better.
Yes, sir.
भाई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या बोल रहा है? इफ यू सी, अगर आप प्रियम्बल को कंट्रोल करो, आप प्रियम्बल में और नीचे आओ, क्या क्या है?
Sir,
Fraternity,
equality, freedom, fraternity,
dignity of individual,
dignity
और
of individual,
और नीचे
unity and integrity of nation.
या इस क्वेश्चन को आप तैयार करो, बिकॉज इट इज योर
Okay,
रिसर्च
sir.
टॉपिक। आपने कुछ काम किया है इस टॉपिक पे आज तक, रिसर्च पे?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
तो आप, हाँ,
yes, sir.
हाँ,
Sir,
बोलो।
in that particular area, what we are trying to do is we have bifurcated certain things. One is the evidence part, and we try to see how the evidence theory in modern times and how the pramanas in earlier times used to match. And secondly, we are dealing with certain kinds of problems in present society, like live-in issues, transgender-related issues are there when there is conflict between societal morality and constitutional morality. So when we are trying to
your pace of speaking is too fast. Slow it down.
Okay, sir.
Again, speak in the
How would you
slow
teach
pace.
in a class? How would you teach in a class? क्लास में कैसे बताएंगे आप स्टूडेंट्स को? That is the pace you should have.
Okay, sir. Okay. So, sir, we have certain conflicts in modern times between societal morality and
No,
constitutional
again,
morality.
again, it is fast. Bit more slow down.
Okay, sir. Sir, in present times, we have societal morality and constitutional morality conflicts, like we see in live-in cases, like in transgender rights cases also. We see a lot of divorces happening. So, the question in regard to the institution of marriage is also have also risen. So, we are trying to see what ancient Indian values were present at that particular time, whether we were having the similar problems in our ancient societies also, whether there are certain evidences of some kind of solutions, and how the value system in whole in ancient times, which can be helpful in contemporary times to solve certain issues.
आप इसी को समराइज करो फिर से.
Okay, sir. Sir, we have certain conflicts between present day societal and constitutional morality. But we have a society in ancient times also. But we see that there were lesser conflicts. So we are trying to find the reasons. And through those reasons, we will try to solve the present day problems.
How will it solve?
Okay. Sir, we want to see the what kind of evidences were there, what were the morality at that particular time, how kings used to do justice in such cases, what were the value emphasis among the society. So we will try to provide certain innovative solutions that how to consider the institution of marriage, as in our ancient culture it is considered as sacrosanct, but nowadays we are having certain newer kind of definitions also. So we are just trying to see what was the thought and the opinion of those particular times and the people of those particular times and that particular society, if at all we can find some solutions for the present problems.
They are able to give some solution. They are guiding us.
Sir, I'm researching on it. Like we have certain, sorry, sir. We have certain examples also in our Puranas where we consider that okay, some marriages, like in the case of Ramayana also, we see that Ram, despite being king, didn't go for polygamy. But when we see that in between middle societies, some like some medieval era or the some early modern times, we see that polygamy was there, and now we find that polygamy is present in certain communities, but generally in government institutions also we don't promote that. So through those ways, I'm just trying to compare and find if at all there is some solution.
Ram's example is isolated one. It's
Yes, sir.
being said his father has the 3 Patranis, 360 wives. His
Yes, sir.
all forefathers has. How a single isolated example can guide us when there are instances that polygamy was prevalent there. It was
Yes, sir.
considered there the point of value. This answer is going against you, isn't it?
Yes, sir, but I need to find better examples and I need to
Yeah.
like articulate some better terminologies
Yeah.
which are not conflictive and ironical.
Second, you said कि at that time, the king was giving justice. Again, you will quote here. King was not giving the justice as we are giving today.
Yes, sir.
There was no written law. Mostly, the justice was given as the wish and desire of the king. Mostly.
Yes, sir.
तो जो आपका टॉपिक है फिर से you repeat the topic again. The constitutional morality in the ancient India. ये ना टॉपिक आपका.
Yes, sir. संवैधानिक नैतिकता दृष्टया प्राचीन भारतीय मूल्यानाम पुनर्व्याख्यानम.
तो आज के संविधान में प्राचीन भारत का क्या है? What are in the today's constitution which was in the ancient India?
Sir, the ideas of fraternity. we will try to discuss the ideas of equality if present. Even after having the Varna system, we had the Purushartha system also, which was talking about equality for each and every human being, irrespective of caste, creed, or gender, because the four Purusharthas was for everyone of any caste and of people from any
The
gender.
moment you will say the concept of equality came from the ancient India, you will be bombarded by the question of four Varna, which has first existed in the Purush Sukta of the Rig Veda. You may try to defend that, sir, it was on not on the basis of the birth, but on the basis of the karma. But this
Right.
answer will not convince to the board for the long period of the time, because very soon it has been converted.
Yes, sir.
तो अगर आप इसको कहना चाहें, if you want to say that कि हमारे एंशियंट इंडिया में न्याय होता था, इक्वलिटी थी, क्या ये जस्टिफाई हो सकता है? Tell me.
Sir, when there is monarch system and when king is there and some people are having lesser rights, so we can't talk of equality. I'm saying that while talking of some fundamental things like ashramas and purusharthas and the nature and the rit, so it was equivalent for each and everyone. And our philosophical schools, while talking of
First,
Purush Prakriti, they
first,
didn't do any
Shivani,
kind of discrimination.
first
Yes, sir.
confined to the one aspect, the equality aspect. Equality is very important aspect of the present day constitution. How
Yes, sir.
your topic of research, which is saying the constitution morality in ancient India, how the equality was in the ancient India?
Okay. Sir, like equality was present in our philosophy in the form that we talked of human beings and we didn't talk of caste, creed, or gender, or religions, or regions. We talked about human beings, the life, and the larger goals.
आप बताओ सर.
What are you trying to define? Don't waver your focus from there. Okay, you are trying to communicate what is the topic of your research, isn't that the bottom line? Okay, so frame 4 lines for that. How do you frame 4 lines? As I told you earlier, do not presume available knowledge on their part, as if you are speaking to somebody who knows nothing about it. So you say, how do you say it? That constitution of any country or any nation, howsoever exhaustive it may have been attempted to be, still leaves out scopes of for interpretation and variable application with changes in the society as the society progresses. That is why the element of constitutional morality has evolved, which says that all actions of the government, all interactions of the governed and the governing, they should be based on this principle of constitutional morality, even if they are not explicitly covered by any given provision of the constitution. Isn't it that? तो किसी बच्चे को समझाएंगे तो ऐसे ही समझाएंगे कि even if some explicit or express provision of the constitution does not account for it, all actions of the government, all interactions of the governed and the governing, they should be conforming or consonating with the principle of constitutional morality. That ends there. This is constitutional morality. You have defined it. Okay. Then
Yes.
if they ask an example, then you give an example. If they don't ask, move ahead. So suppose they ask the example, give me an example. Then you tell about Navtej Singh case and all that they have. On what basis? See, on what basis has the judiciary read down the Article 377? On what basis have they done it? Constitutional morality only, na? अगर 10 लोग मिलके suppose 100 people or 500 people gather around a thana, a police station, and 500 people say that the police station should be abolished from here. All of them, 500, would be thieves, obviously, because it is in their self-interest that the thana should be abolished. And there are only 50 odd police people inside. So if a voting is done, obviously those 500 thieves will win. This is popular demand, na? So, but constitutional morality says no, that is required for law and order, isn't it? So, constitutional morality versus popular morality, or what you call societal morality. So that distinction you draw out, and then you tell him about Navtej Singh case for 377 में reading down क्या जरूरत था उनको. That was the necessity, because not giving them criminalizing them was against social morality. बाकी तो कुछ था ही नहीं. There was nothing against them. Okay, there was nothing. Nothing could have stopped. सारे तो उनके खिलाफ थे कि सोसाइटी में ऐसा नहीं है, हमारा संस्कृति ऐसा है, हमारा कल्चर ऐसा है, हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम ऐसा है कि ये तो अलाउ ही नहीं कर सकते. दिस विल ruin the foundations of our culture and this and that. Then what is that went in their favor, in the favor of this hand-picked minority of people?
Yes, sir.
Constitutional morality. That is why कि उसको भी जिंदगी का अधिकार है, उसको भी जीने का और चॉइस का अधिकार है. This is one of the finest examples that you have said, live in and all that. This is the examples that you should quote if you are asked. Now, don't lose sight. Keep it very brief. Now jump on to that. How are you going from this perspective? You are supposed to reassess the value system of ancient India, if I understood your topic correctly. Then you tell now is because at that time there was no constitution prevailing. That is why it is an inquiry into the value system prevailing then, the value system in the society, and how the justice system had conflicts with the societal norms, if any, and how they were resolved. This will go on to further refine the constitutional application in modern day society. That is the point of view from which I am researching this topic. I think that makes sense, and it is in plain language. Everybody can appreciate it. कि ये मेरा topic है भाई. And then they say कि कैसे आप करेंगे? So have you completed your research?
No, sir.
Then be a very modest and honest student and admit the possibility of finding or not finding anything.
Yes, sir.
Why to get conclusive at this stage? It is better to say that I am still in the process of learning and collecting data and doing my work, sir. I do not consider myself well informed enough at this stage to give you a conclusive answer, sir. That is the basic idea behind my research, isn't it? That is the idea behind the research, that you don't enter with any prejudices or biases or pre-conclusions. So I don't think कि कोई पूछे कि कैसे करेंगे आप, तो आप जो आपके what you call what is it called, method and model, what is it called?
Sir, methodology, abstract.
Abstract के बाद क्या आता है? Heading in a research paper. What is that heading? I forgot. It just escaped my mind.
Abstract title. Problem.
Something is methods and models, something like that comes. Okay. Tools and methods or something that like that comes. So you told कि ये मेरे methodology है और इसके हिसाब से मैं आगे बढ़ रही हूँ, और फिर on the basis of available data I will try to find out if something useful for the present day society. इस तरह से you should, I think, conclude.
Shivani, what mistake you are doing? You are trying to.
It was materials and methods. I forgot. याद आ गया. Material and methods heading. Sorry, sir. Please continue, sir.
Shivani, what the mistake you are doing? You are trying to see what is in the constitution from ancient India. If you see your topic is just to research on the issue. If the equality was not in the ancient India, then you have to write your research paper. Your research paper is not going to justify that what is in the constitution was essentially available in ancient India. It is not your job.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
So the whole problem, your answer was that you are trying to justify it, you are trying to submit that.
Yes, sir.
That in ancient India, everything was there and it is in the constitution. And you have committed a blunder saying that the polygamy was not in the ancient India, and give the example of the Ram with isolated one, and you may have trapped in your answer itself. Therefore, you say, I'm doing the research work, my research was not completed, but this is the topic. I will try to correlate. I will try to see what was the constitutional morality in ancient India, what is in the current India. Suppose you try to say democracy was the ancient India, it was the constitution, so your answer, your research paper will false.
Yes, sir.
Because the democracy was not in the ancient India. Morality was the certain morality was the ancient India. चोरी करना पाप है, जैसे all the moral issues of the constitution, to work for the downtrodden, to work for a welfare society, go seva, go raksha,
Yes, sir.
environment, these were very in the ancient India. To just try to see this way, first of all, what we trying to convince you, rather than to have a preconceived notion, have an open mind to answer. And try to analyze your, in the last 1 hour discussion, what I understand, you are not able to itself focus yourself. First, you focus yourself. What you want to communicate and what need to be communicated. और कुछ और है?
Sir, I think if I am right, and you would honestly correct me if I am right or wrong. Okay, Shivani. I think you gave the example of Lord Rama for pinpointing the value of constitutional morality. So even though, and in those times, social morality was okay with having many wives, but Rama still chose because that exemplifies constitutional morality, isn't it? That was your idea, I think.
Sir, actually, what happened? I was not trying what I'm doing in research. I thought this was a cross question in that regard only, and this was a new question, not from my research, but a new question of comparison. So I answered it that way to justify the constitutional morality only.
Exactly. So I understood it right. So ये एकदम ठीक example है. और even when you see, the conclusions can be very dangerous actually. If you say that in ancient India there was no democracy, sir.
और क्या है ना, ये एग्जाम्पल काउंटर प्रोडक्टिव हो जाएगा अगर इंटरव्यू में डिबेट हो गया. The moment they say your topic is ancient India, you are only quoting the Ram one example. There was a social acceptance in the society for the polygamy.
Exactly, sir. That is why it is wrong, sir.
Ram has never criticized his father for having so many wives. Ram has respected all three mothers. So therefore, whether the constitutional morality has been borrowed from there, if you say it has been borrowed for Ram, then you can say. But from ancient India, it's not.
सर, जो सोसाइटी में एक्सेप्टेबल है वो ना करना और वो करना जो धर्म के संगत है, वही तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी है, सर.
नहीं, ये राम के अलावा कोई तो स्वीकार ही नहीं किया ना. राम के अलावा तो वो धर्म संगत भी था. अगर हम पुराणों अगर हम पढ़ें तो ज्यादा पत्नियां रखना धर्म संगत भी था. कृष्ण ने रखा, राम के अलावा सब देवता सब रखते थे, सारे राजा रखते थे. अगर वो अच्छा उनको धार्मिक मान्यता प्राप्त थी तो हम सॉरी क्या हम लोग अगर इसमें जाएंगे, अगर ये जाती हैं तो शायद मुझे लगता है इसी में स्ट्रगल देयर. भाई कृष्ण ने जस्ट लेट मी अंडरस्टैंड. क्या हमारे सौर के डिबेट से आपको शायद ज्यादा समझ में आएगा कि अगर वी एंड सौर आर द टू डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड मोर. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन दिस इशू. कृष्ण के पास 16,000 रानियां थी. क्या कहा गया कि कृष्ण की ज्यादातर रानियां वह थी जिनको कृष्ण ने दानवों के चंगुल से छुड़ाया था. कृष्ण हैज गिवन इट्स नेम, इट इज द धर्म संगत.
एग्जैक्टली, इसीलिए कृष्णा इज नॉट द एग्जांपल ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी, सर.
ये राम के साथ राम को हटा दो. नो वन इज एबल टू फुलफिल द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी. द रीजन बीइंग सामाजिक स्वीकार्यता थी इनको. अगर आप राम के एग्जाम्पल पे कन्फाइन हो, इट्स फाइन, बट एंशिएंट इंडिया इट्स नॉट फाइन.
यस सर.
क्योंकि आपका 2-3 डिबेट आएगा. डिबेट नंबर 1 कि जो सामाजिक मान्यता है क्या वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मॉरलिटी है. पॉइंट नंबर 2, क्या वह सामाजिक मान्यता धर्म संगत थी. धर्म संगत थी. कई पत्नियां साथ में यज्ञ में बैठा करती थी.
यस सर.
Nobody has criticized at that time having more than one wife.
राइट सर.
तो ये जो डिबेट अगर इसको आपको लेके जाना इंटरव्यू में, लेट वी ऑल थ्री अंडरस्टैंड मोर दिस इशू, कम ऑन द मोर कंक्रीट रिजल्ट. लेकिन राइट नाउ व्हाट वी आर डूइंग ये बहुत अच्छा नहीं. राम के साथ चलेगा, राम में कोई इशू नहीं है. इफ यू आर कन्फाइंड टू राम, इट इज परफेक्ट एग्जांपल. बट इफ यू आर ट्रेवलिंग बियॉन्ड राम, then I have my own doubt. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shivani, did you understand? You should, take your important points from the discussion that sir is enlightening us with. If
Yes, sir.
ध्यान सुनना, अगर देखो श्री राम जी ने जो है सिर्फ सीता जी के साथ वो अपना संबंध रखते रहे, तो इसमें सोशल मोरालिटी तो थी ही नहीं, उसके अगेंस्ट कुछ था ही नहीं. It was acceptable in the society. Now sir is saying, as sir is guiding us, that even it was not wrong even with respect to dharma. Then Lord Rama becomes the best example of constitutional morality now. All the better example कि धर्म भी allow करता तब भी नहीं किए वो. He could have married any woman after returning from the jungle, but he still followed that lady of his heart, and he went on and got her back. तो ये तो और बड़ा एग्जांपल हो गया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी का.
इसको मैं और हल्का से इंप्रूव करता हूँ. राम का जो नैतिकता पे आग्रह था वो सबसे बड़ा था. आई एम गिविंग वन एग्जांपल. आई विल गिव टू एग्जांपल. वन, जब राम को वनवास दिया जाता है तो दशरथ क्या बोलते हैं कि यू अरेस्ट मी, पुट मी इन द जेल, डेमोक्रेसी इज विथ यू, बिकॉज ऑल पीपल आर लाइकिंग यू, यू बिकम द किंग. राम क्या बोलते, नहीं ये नहीं कर सकता मैं. राम की जो नैतिकता थी, जो अगर आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में राम को लेके आओ, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट. दूसरा, जब भरत राम से बोलते हैं आप अयोध्या वापस, और राम फिर बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं ये फादर का ऑर्डर है, वी कैन नॉट डिसोबे. आप पढ़ो अपनी फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी, उसमें ये है. अगर आप राम को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में तलाश करना चाहो, यू हैव इनफ अपॉर्चुनिटी. But if you are wanted to search ancient India, then you will start with
Yes, sir. So one of example that ठीक है शिवानी, but you should have concrete examples from ancient India because that is your topic actually.
Yes, sir. You search on. We both are just guiding you how you can proceed. Now you may have some more points. अभी तक आपका दिमाग शायद blank रहा हो. Now you have got so many points.
Yes, sir.
Or the next issue.
Chanakya can be a very good example, I believe. If you there are some anecdotes about him, aren't there? That he used to use this lamp and that oil when he was doing personal work, when he was doing that's wonderful. But that is in his perspective. Now find out similar examples when the kings have followed that while delivering justice. That 2-3 examples will do, I think.
Right, sir.
भाई एक एग्जाम्पल जो अर्थशास्त्र का ही है, जो इनकम टैक्स ने अपनाया है और सारे विभाग उसको फॉलो करते हैं. पोस्ट मूलो दंड, द रेवेन्यू इज द बैकबोन ऑफ द स्टेट. ये संविधान में ही है. यू रीड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. बिकॉज राज्य अगर कर को लेता है, इकट्ठा करता है, हमारे सामाजिक कार्यों में लगाता है. दूसरा, चाणक्य ये भी कहते हैं जो रेवेन्यू इकट्ठा होता है उसको राज्य के हित में इस्तेमाल किया जाना चाहिए. तो इफ यू आर ट्रेवलिंग फॉर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी, बिसाइड्स only on the moral issues, you got the economic issue also, social welfare issue also, जो आर्टिकल 38 संविधान का है, जो एक कल्याणकारी राज्य की संकल्पना की बात करता है. ये भरा पड़ा है अपने एंशिएंट इंडिया में, भरा पड़ा है. आप याज्ञवल्क्य पढ़ो, आप नीति शतक पढ़ो, आप बुद्ध को पढ़ लो, आप जैन को पढ़ लो, हर जगह है वो. तो एक जो भारत के संविधान में जो कल्याणकारी राज्य है, the welfare state is a very integral part. और शायद ये हमारे उसका पार्ट भी है हमारे बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर का.
Yes, sir.
This is one of the more issue. और बताओ सर, और ज्यादा रहा है?
I think sir इतने से इनको गाइडेंस मिलना चाहिए. At least one question you should cover. I mean research topic पे you cannot go wrong or you cannot go insufficient. But on your research topic, you should be able to speak for a couple of minutes in a very confident and comprehensive manner. So that's a good guideline. You can explore along these lines. But I am more worried about certain other things actually. Have you done good? Have you been to Gujrat?
Sir, for my exams.
Only for your exams, okay. When is your exam?
Sir, my interview is on 21st of September.
Okay, 21st of September. Okay, fine. Do some good and practical study about Gujarat. I advise you. You can consult me also because I'm here only in Surat. So identify some issues, some practical issues in Gujarat. For instance, what is the status of casteism here in Gujarat? What about dowry as a social evil? How much that pervades the Gujarati society? Okay, how do they perceive business? Which part of Gujarat deals in what particular economic activity? एक जो practical ground level study है, थोड़ा सा you should do that. And then certain legends from the history of Gujarat you should know. Some freedom fighters from Gujarat. So do good study on Gujarat. That will help you. Because that is the only that would be the only area where they can actually impliedly single you out. Ki nahi, nahi, she has no damn clue about Gujarat. She must not be a Gujarati. So
Yes, sir.
you have chosen, if I correctly heard you, you have chosen English as the medium of your interview.
Yes, sir.
So that you have already masked. So linguistically they cannot find out because you are speaking in English.
Yes,
इनकी
sir.
लैंग्वेज ठीक भी है. Sorry, she has the good language also.
She is good, sir. So the only area where you can be singled out and identified as a non-Gujarati, I'm not, no, 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 I'm not presuming any bias. I'm just saying
Yes, sir.
why their focus may shift on Gujarat.
True,
So
sir.
that's why you should be prepared. You should be prepared for Gujarat. You can consult me as much as I can. I will try to help you, and I'll also make you interact with somebody who has cracked this exam. So they can tell
Yes,
you which areas are more likely to surface up in the interview. That you can do from Gujarati perspective only.
और मॉक में जो
yes, sir.
हो रही है इस्तीफा का ब्रिजेश, जो वहाँ का
सर
कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर है, उसको भी इनवाइट कर लेते हैं. आई विल टॉक
जी
टू
जी,
हिम.
बहुत अच्छा सर.
तो क्या है, वो पिछले कई सालों से वहाँ पे इस्तीफा पढ़ा रहा है, वहाँ के लोगों को पीसीएस का एग्जाम दिला रहा है. आई विल इनवाइट हिम आल्सो ऑन द मॉक. इनका क्या करते हैं, 75 मिनट का क्लास चलाते हैं. आज कल इनका मॉक कराते हैं संडे को. तो आज है थर्सडे, कल है फ्राइडे सैटरडे. तो 75 मिनट का 3 दिन क्लास चला लेते हैं इनका, और संडे को इनका मॉक कराते हैं.
सर इनको एक होमवर्क दिया जाए सर आपकी
ठीक है.
अनुमति से कि भाई I will share in the group the 10 areas that I have just found out, just
Okay.
enumerated.
Okay.
Why don't you do a brainstorming on these areas and say
Yes, sir.
you select 10, 10 questions from each topic, which you think you will not be able to handle properly. In the limited
Okay.
time that we have, I think a guided approach is more fruitful. So at least those questions,
Yes,
those
sir.
100 questions, you should be thorough. कि इस पर तो मैं बोल दूंगी, इस पर तो मेरा answer I have already thought about it. You should be in that position. Plus anything new that comes to
Right.
your mind, that will be great during the course. But
सर इनको मैंने काम सौंपा है कि खुद ही अपने पर सवाल बनावें. तो ऐसा करो शिवानी, आप जो सवाल बनाओ आज ग्रुप में आज पोस्ट कर दो. वी विल आल्सो
Right,
रीड
sir.
योर क्वेश्चंस, देन वी विल आल्सो फॉर्म द क्वेश्चन एंड विल गिव टू यू.
Okay,
ओके.
sir.
तो कल हम लोग
Yes,
फिर
sir.
मिलते हैं ऐसे शाम को. ओके. और आप सवाल बना के आप दे दो, और कहते हैं सौर ने बोला वो भी दे देंगे, मैं भी देता हूँ. देन वी विल अगेन डिस्कस टुमारो.
Yes,
you
sir.
have a very, very strong chance of success in this exam. I'm telling you, because not undermining any particular region or any particular society, but I have been interacting with the students here who are preparing for these exams. I will say very honestly in a fair assessment that you are a very good candidate to get through the interview, provided you do not betray your lack of knowledge of Gujarat and its social problems and the real world scenario in Gujarat. If you
Yes,
do
sir.
that will be great. And
Yes,
of
sir.
course, goes without saying that basic attributes of a public servant you have to display there.
Yes,
So
sir.
language में कोई issue नहीं है. Your articulation is also good. You are a pleasant personality. But
नॉलेज ठीक
Gujarat,
है,
आप
नॉलेज
जो
ठीक
आपका
है.
prospective area of service है and public service, you have to be very thorough.
तो
Yes,
आप
sir.
आज लोड कर दो, हम लोग देख लेते हैं. देन विल मीट टुमारो अगेन. ओके.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question.
हाँ हाँ जरूर,
Sir,
हाँ बिल्कुल.
Sir, I was reading the recent transcripts, like the interviews are ongoing. So I find one question repeated 2, 3 times. That particular question was, why you look so happy? So I read the answers in those transcripts also. People only said, because this is today's GPSC interview, so we are happy. But sir, I felt this answer is a bit sufficient. So what is your take on that? And what should be the right answer in that particular situation?
You tell me first. What's your how would you handle it?
Sir, I was thinking that apart from like this saying that the GPSC interview is there, one thing is that we get to interact with certain good personalities to present ourselves, that they will be assessing ourselves and they will be giving marks to for our personality. Through that, we can get to know that these are 4, 5 eminent members. Those are experts, and through those marks, we can have an idea that how in this whole country or in this whole state we stand before a particular person. So it means that individually we can have assessment of our personality, that have we learned something or not. So that's a good opportunity. One thing can be there. And then second thing I was thinking that we may mention some personal or India related news or issue for being happy so that we can drive the interview in a particular way.
Your first answer is more boring than the answers that people are giving. कि आज आप जैसे महान लोगों के सामने आए, this is absolutely nonsense. We all know that. Nobody gets happy for that. Okay, that's very impractical answer number
एक तो
one.
सर क्या इनका आंसर बहुत लंबा है, आप बेटा छोटा आंसर करो.
For example, let us take my example. Suppose I was in front of the interview and they asked me, and it's a personal answer, obviously. I would say कि my happiness stems from gratitude. Stop.
Okay, sir.
Let them ask gratitude to who. Okay, that's how you handle. अगर आप इसको स्कोरिंग बनाने का आपने, because you said कि इस पर अगर अच्छा आंसर हो जाए, हाँ, तो my happiness stems from my gratitude, from the feeling of gratitude that I have for the Almighty and for the innumerable people who have contributed for me, contributed to my journey till here. Finished. That is how it is. तो मेरा वो आंसर रहेगा, आपका कुछ और हो सकता है, क्योंकि आप सही माने ना. Let us do some truth finding out कि कोई क्यों हैप्पी होगा जी इंटरव्यू में जाके.
Yeah, सौर ने बोला I'm going to one more answer. I have been brought up like this. My parents, my teachers has said that try to be happy. दो आंसर मिल गए आपको, और आंसर सोचो. कोई आंसर ऐसा नहीं है कि वो इट इज द एंड.
Yes, sir.
सौर ने बोला कि आई एम हैप्पी बाय ग्रेटिट्यूड. आई एम सेइंग माय पेरेंट्स, माय टीचर्स हैव टॉट मी टू बी हैप्पी in adverse circumstances also. Today is there's nothing wrong. I'm happy. I'm always try to be happy because it's my परवरिश. अब चलिए, अगर ये पूछे आपकी परवरिश में आप, ये आपने तरह का सवाल खड़ा कर दिया, बोले आपकी परवरिश में से क्या है कि आप हमेशा हैप्पी रहते हो. यहाँ आप ये कर सकते हो कि साहब मैं कठिन समय में खुश रहती हूँ. जब सौर का आंसर क्या है, आई एम हैप्पी ड्यू टू माय ग्रेटिट्यूड्स. चलिए इसको आप एक्सपेंड करिए. You expand both answers. You end up on the same result. Expand the answer of Shor.
Okay, sir. Because I have reached here through what I have learned with all the good and bad experiences of my life, and I have been through all the situations.
Why you are using the bad experiences? Don't need to use it. You skip anything like this. Again, you try. Again, try.
Okay. So, to achieve something in our life is our gratitude to the Almighty for His or her blessings and for the blessings of parents.
इसको आप हटा दो achievement से. आप इसको satisfaction पे ले आओ. You remove achievement. Come on the satisfaction part.
Okay. Sir, I'm feeling gratitude because of the blessings I got, and I always get satisfaction in doing something and getting results from whatever I do.
आप बताओ सर.
Sir, my take is entirely different. My answer was entirely different. Number one, this is one of the most important days for me as a learner, as a student. It is a very important day for me. And I understand that I have been here today. I am in front of this August gathering panel because of Almighty's blessings and the contribution of so many unsung heroes of my life. So I'm feeling that gratitude, and that is bringing up this smile.
सर ये इनका आंसर मैच नहीं कर रहा जो पहले कहा है.
सर नहीं सर, ये कह रहे हैं कि I derive satisfaction from what I do and then get results. So that is not either it is gratitude or it is contentment. Then you are changing the answer. If the happiness is surfacing up from contentment, that's a different thing. That can also be a very good answer, in fact. And if it is gratitude, then you don't change the answer. If you want to take it that way, then that is also a good answer. Okay, sir, I have put in certain efforts in this journey, and to be able to be present in front of your kind self, I believe that this is at least partly my efforts are responsible, partly my blessings are responsible, and this contentment is giving me happiness. That's it. That's also a good answer.
So, can we also say that as my hobby is reading and researching about Sankhya philosophy, which also leads me to the Samatva Yoga, so I always feel happy in every situation.
No, no. Yeah, I don't subscribe this answer.
Okay, sir.
आप सिंपल हो ना, क्यों सांख्य फिलोसफी में डाल रहे हो? अगर आपने डाल दिया तो आपने क्या कि सवाल फिर खड़ा करा दिया। ये 3 आंसर है। एक, आपकी जिंदगी का ये बड़ा दिन है, आप यहाँ आए
Yes, sir.
हो, आप प्रसन्न हो। दूसरा, मेरी परवरिश इस तरह की है कि सब मैं प्रसन्न रहती हूँ, आप ज्यादा प्रसन्न हूँ, आप मेरी लाइफ का बड़ा दिन है। तीसरा, सर, आई एम ग्रेटिट्यूड, इट इज ड्यू टू माई ग्रेटिट्यूड। तीनों आंसर आसी पास हैं।
Right, sir.
और कोई आंसर श्योर है? हेलो, और कोई इशू बेटा? एनीथिंग
Not
मोर?
right now, sir.
हाँ,
Sir, they are mostly asking history questions. Probably it is because one member is a history professor. But when they are asking some static-based factual questions a lot, randomly, sir, what do they exactly
सॉरी
want to know? The
सॉरी
knowledge
सॉरी
or
सॉरी, आप सॉरी बोलो। अगर आपको नहीं आता है, आप सॉरी बोलो, और कोई रास्ता नहीं है।
okay,
आप
sir.
पूछ लें कि हड़प्पा सभ्यता का लोथल में जो मृदभांड मिला है वो कब मिला है, और वो याद थोड़ी होगा।
Yes, sir.
सॉरी बोल दो उसमें।
Yes, sir.
लेकिन जो कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन आवे उसको आंसर करना होगा ना।
Yes, sir.
और कोई इशू? और कोई इशू बताओ।
सर मैं तो उस चीज को समराइज नहीं कर पाया सर, कट गया था कनेक्शन कि आई वांटेड टू टेल हर टू कम्युनिकेट द राइट रीजन ऑफ योर हैप्पीनेस एक्चुअली रादर देन एनी कुक्ड आंसर. That was my answer. If I was in front of a panel of interview, then I would have been happy because of gratitude. Why would you be happy? I cannot tell you that. So that is an example. You should.
आवाज नहीं आ रहा, आवाज म्यूट हो गया।
Sir,
सौरभ का म्यूट हो गया। म्यूट हो गया, म्यूट। सौरभ आवाज नहीं आ रही, म्यूट हो गया आपका। म्यूट है आपका।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now. I missed that communication, sir, completely. आपका पहला लाइन वही सुना मैंने, की आवाज नहीं आ रही।
आप कह रहे थे कि अगर मैं हूंगा तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि मैं यहाँ क्यों खुश हूँ।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
मेरा
And
रियल रीजन क्या है?
yes, you have to pre-visualize. Imagine the situation that you are sitting in front of the panel, and if you are asked why you are happy, then what is your reason of happiness? Because that is what you would be able to defend if you are further interrogated upon it. No. Even if some other answer looks very pretty and very lucrative, don't go to that. Find your own answer for that particular question. It should be very personal.
sir, honestly, I stay happy only during interactions, and as oratory is my hobby, whenever I get to communicate something and talk to someone, I feel it as learning experience also, and I automatically feels happy. But sometimes it looks a jab, so I was asking for a good answer.
No, but then I will suggest if it is the reason of your happiness, then it is not artificial. If it consonates with your soul, then that is the reason you should cite. Because that appears now when you say that, then it appears prima facie, it appears to be a genuine answer. Your body language is communicating it that yes, this is the answer. You go with it. No problem with that. That's my opinion, firm opinion.
Okay, sir.
कि आपका जो रियल रीजन हो भैया वही बोलना चाहिए, आर्टिफिशियल चीजें नहीं बोलनी चाहिए, इवन इफ दे लुक प्रिटी एंड प्लेजेंट.
तो आपका होमवर्क क्या
Yes,
है शिवानी? एक तो आप गुजरात पे काम करो।
yes,
गुजरात
sir.
पे क्या क्या है? अपने हॉबी इंटरेस्ट पे सवाल बनाओ, अपने रिसर्च पेपर पे सवाल बनाओ। और करंट अफेयर्स गुजरात में पूछा कम जाता है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी करंट अफेयर्स आपको पढ़ना होगा, ठीक है ना। तो ये 4-5 पॉइंट है आपको। हम लोग कल फिर मिलते हैं। We'll try to see what time. Most likely we'll try to make the time like this way 6:30. It will suit all of us.
Yes, sir.
ठीक सर, और कुछ बात?
Sir.
Okay, sir.
Good night.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.